Checked. Folder V.
Hi and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to introduce to you a graphing application that can be helpful, particularly to students with visual impairment. This application is called Audiographs. As its name suggests, basically it creates graphs and provides you with some audio feedback. To get started, let me um, activate the application through the Start menu.
Start window. Search window. Search box edit blank.
I'm going to search Audiographs,
Audiographs app. Press right. Audiographs app. Press right to switch preview 1 of 1.
and this is the first in my list. I'm going to press enter.
Oh.
Welcome
Audiographs
to
window.
Audiographs. Press F1 to open help in your browser. Press Ctrl plus F12 if you don't wish to hear this message on startup. Function expression.
Now, once the application is activated, it offers you a startup message, or it gives you a startup message, which you heard earlier. No? But you can actually turn this off so that every time that you open the application, you just need to go straight away to um, your tasks. No? So you can use F12 to turn it off, and F1 is still the help to activate the help menu and some tutorials or help topics there. Okay, for this video, I'm just going to walk you through with some of the controls, and at the end, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration by plotting a linear function. Uh, Before I go straight, no, let me just tell you that this application is a self-voicing application. That means that you may not need your screen reader as you navigate, because if you do have your screen reader, if you use your screen reader with this self-voicing feature, then you have two voices running in the background. So what I suggest is you turn off your screen reader. If it's NVDA, you use NVDA plus S, or if it's other application, other screen readers, you may also do you turn it off using its settings, no? And or you can also turn the self-voicing feature of this application, because this actually works with NVDA. I'm not certain if this works with other screen readers, no? But as of yet, this is working well with NVDA. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to make use of the self-voicing feature. So to walk you through, let me press the tab. I'm just going to press the tab key to go to the different controls, functions, and settings.
Minimum X
Function
edit blank.
expression. Minimum X.
Sorry, I wasn't able to turn off my NVDA on my screen reader.
Speech mode off.
Maximum X. Minimum X.
So the first field or item here is the minimum value of x. So that x here is our independent variable, or x lies on, obviously, on the x-axis, the horizontal axis. And if you tweak this, or you change this, the value of this minimum, this is the default, this is -10. Uh, of course, it will make some changes on the appearance, no? Particularly on the grid appearance of your graph. For those who are low vision, they can actually make some changes here. Even for those who are legally or totally blind, you can make some changes here. But for this time, I'll just stick with the default, which is -10. That is the minimum value. That means to the left of the origin, the left of of 0, 0, 10 units to the left. And I'll press another tab.
Maximum X.
Maximum x is +10.
Minimum Y.
Wait, sorry.
Maximum X. Minimum X. Maximum X.
Okay. Now it did not tell, but the maximum X is actually positive 10. So that's 10 units to the right of the origin. And next would be
Minimum Y.
the minimum value of Y, which is default also is negative 10. So that's 10 units below the origin. And likewise, the
Maximum Y.
maximum value of Y is positive 10. Sorry. Next item on the interface of this application.
Enter. Start sound push button.
Okay, it says enter. If you press the enter key and you have actually inputted an expression, then it will give you a sound. It will give you an audio feedback of your graph. But if you haven't inputted your expression, then there's no or there's nothing for the application to give you an audio feedback too. No, okay. So whether you press enter here, it doesn't work because we did not input an expression yet.
F1 help push button.
So F1, it's also here, but you can directly press the F1 key to give you the help option, the help menu, and the help topics there. Press another tab.
Duration spin box 15 seconds.
Okay, 15 seconds would be the duration in playing the audio feedback uh, once we have our expression on the expression box. Next.
Minimum frequency spin box 200 Hz.
By the way, the 15 seconds, the duration can also be modified, or you can change it. You can have it lowered or you can have it increased. Now, at this point, you have here
Durations. Minimum frequency spin
the
box
minimum
200
and
Hz.
maximum frequency. You have 200 hertz, and for the minimum and the maximum
Maximum frequency spin box 2000
is
Hz.
2000 hertz. This is I'm not quite adept on the frequency, but actually, when I played the audio feedback when I used this application, it really gave me a loud audio. No? Continuing on.
Precision digits spin box 1 digit.
Okay, precision is 1. The default is actually 2, but I changed it to 1. This pertains to the decimal the number of decimal places uh, that would be given to you, no, in the values of your points, no, in both x and y.
F2. Self voice checkbox checked.
Okay, the self voicing can be activated and deactivated using the F2 key. Right? It's a toggle command.
F3. Use notes checkbox checked.
Okay, F3, we can use notes or musical notes for the audio feedback. So I actually activated it. Next is,
F4. Use alternative notes for negative values checkbox checked.
okay, I also activated this one. Alternative notes for negative. So negative and positive uh, values have different audio output, no, so that we would know if the graph is increasing or the graph is decreasing.
F5. Stop sound at 0 checked.
So stop sound at 0, meaning you know that it passes through the 0 0 or the origin if it stops there, if the sound stops there.
Reset audio parameters push button.
Yeah, we can reset the audio parameters to default. I actually modified this one, so uh yeah, you can go straight here and reset the settings.
Graph color push button.
For low vision, they can make use of the visual settings here, particularly the graph color, as well as the next one would be,
Background color push
yeah,
button.
the background color. If you activate this button, you can choose from the different colors available. So depending on the preference of the low vision. So he or she can actually tweak the color background and the even the graph appearance, as well as the other visual settings. Now let me move into the next setting.
Highlight color push button.
Yeah, same with the highlight color.
Axis color push button.
Axis color, that is for the X and Y axis. You can change the color of the axis.
Derivative color push button.
Derivative color, no? So uh, if you wish to have a different color for the derivative values, then you can change it here.
Graph width spin box 4.
Okay, the graph width, that is this can also be changed. This is 4. I think this is 4 millimeters. Next,
Highlight size spin box 20.
highlight size. Okay, that's 20. I think this is also millimeter.
Axis size spin box 4.
So the axis size, so either X or Y axis, the size is 4 millimeters. Next.
Show grid check button checked.
Okay, in this case, I have this, the default is actually to show the grid. Now, obviously for uh, those who are low vision, although I'm legally blind and I don't uh, actually look at the graph, I just make use of the audio feedback. But if you wish to submit this, no, it would be good. It would be great if you reflect, or if you have shown the grid or the grid uh, appearance of your graph, no. So that in that way you have your graph appears like it appears on a graphing paper.
Reset graph settings push button.
Okay, reset graph settings, and okay.
Function expression.
So here is where we can input our function, but you can directly the hotkey is just Control E, no?
Minimum X.
Okay, so we just go back to the preference or the settings. So let me go back by pressing Shift Tab to the expression box.
Function expression.
As I said earlier, I'm going to input a linear function. In this case, I'm going to input 2x. So I just need to press to input 2
2.
and then x.
X.
Now for the low vision, they can actually see that outrightly the graph is displayed on the screen. But for those who are legally or totally blind, they're not able to see that. So what we can do is to press the enter key to listen to the audio feedback produced by this application. And observe. Now there's a shift. If you listen well, as it actually started, no, the sound is different when it was going up. So it actually came from, and it has negative values, and it also has positive values. Now we can actually go to some interesting points of the graph. We start with the the start of the graph. So in this case, let me go to the start of the graph by pressing the home key.
Starting point.
So it says starting point, and I want to know uh, the values of the coordinates, the x and y values. So I'm going to press Control X. So this is the hotkey to know the value of x.
Minus 10.0.
It says negative 10.0. I have one decimal place, so that's negative 10 for the x. And how about the y? So I'm going to press Control Y.
Minus 20.0.
It says negative 20. So when x is negative 10, y is negative 20. Now if you go back to our expression or the equation, we have there the function, or y is equal to 2x. Uh, I just inputted 2x because that is the what do you call this? The expression part. And the result of 2x, if I substitute negative 10 to x, that means 2 times negative 10, because 2x means 2 times x, or 2 times negative 10, which gives us, or which should give us negative 20. And it indeed is negative 20 when we check for the values of the x and y, the value of the value of y. So take note of the hotkeys, Control X to um, know the value of your x, and Control Y for the y value. Next is, if you wish to check for the other points, we can make use of uh, the page up and page down keys. So I'm going to press page up to go up because there's no more point going down. So I'm going to press page up. So that's another point there. And I want to know the x value.
Minus 10.0.
Okay, did not actually move, no? So I'll just make use of the, what do you call this? The control right arrow.
0.
Okay, it stops at the 0. So did it pass through the origin, the 0? So let me check. It can also mean the zeros of the function, which means e- x is 0. When x is 0, y is also 0, because 2x, or 2 times 0, will give us 0. So let me check the x value.
0.0.
I just activated the control X, and also for the Y value, control Y,
0.0.
that's also 0. And I'm going to press control right arrow for the next interesting point here. And I think this would go to the end of the graph.
Ending point.
Ending point. And let us check the value of X.
10.0.
X is 10. And what is the value of Y? Control Y.
20.0.
So when x is positive 10, y is positive 20. Because again, we go back to our expression, that's 2x. So when we replace x there by 10, 2 times 10 is 20. And that's it for this video. If you have some questions, kindly drop them down at the comment section. See you in the next video for additional examples and additional functions. God bless you.
Speech mode beeps. Speech mode talk. Configure. Start virtual camera check. Stop recording checkbox check.